Hi. I'd like to tell you a story about something that happened to me when I was a little kid. And I'm telling this story so that most of you people that are raising little kids won't do this to your little kids and devastate them. Because this is something that happened to me that was very devastating. And it happened when I was really little. Okay? I want you to all keep this in mind, that little kids know fear. They know what this concept is. The story that I'm going to tell you is one intended to make you realize what you're doing to your kids, thinking that they do not know what fear is. Little kids do know this. Okay? When I was little, I'm laying on the couch in the living room, looking up at the paisley wallpaper. In the living room walks my mother with my bottle of gross, nasty formula. This is the nastiest tasting stuff that mankind has ever invented. Adults fear the taste and smell of formula. Kids do not have an option at this point. They know that they have to do what their mother says. They have to eat what their mother feeds them, or they are going to die. They know this. I did. I knew this. So, like all little kids, when you get into the mouth with the nipple of the bottle, you immediately proceed to eat this nasty, rotten stuff. Okay? You eat this stuff. And when you're all done, you think you did what you were supposed to do, to stay on Mom's good side. And to verify this, then what happens is Mom slowly reaches underneath your back, picks you up, and as she picks you up, she says, "Good boy. You finished the whole thing." Then the devastation hits. You are now body slammed to Mother's shoulder, followed immediately by burping. You're getting the tar beat out of you. They're beating the tar out of your back. And you have no idea what you did wrong. Absolutely none. At this point in time, you're getting a little bit scared. So what do you do when you're scared? As a little kid, all little kids do the same thing. They have 4 reactions that follow in numerical order every time, without a doubt. You're beating the kid on the back. And the first reaction the little kid's going to have after a body slam and getting beat on the back is a belch. And at this point, all mothers do the same exact thing. Isn't that nice? Now you burp, and you can go to sleep better. What a tale! What a tale! At this point in time, you know that you were halfway to sleep before she picked you up, because that's what you do when you're little and you finish your dinner. But no, this does not waver mothers at all, none whatsoever. Immediately, what happens is she doesn't stop. She continues to beat the tar out of you, and you have no idea, none, what you did wrong. This scares you very much. Your stomach goes through your throat. Your heart goes to the opposite side, and you do the next thing that all kids do, and that is that's right, you barf. And mothers know you're going to do this too. They know that you're going to do this. They have a diaper laying over their shoulder, and they catch all the little chunks and pieces that fall out of there. They know you're going to do this. Now you have this nasty tasting stuff in your mouth. You're still getting the tar beat out of you. And you decide maybe at this point in time you ought to open your eyes and find out what is the problem. So you do. This is the wrong thing to do, because when you open up your eyes, you see outer space. There's nothing there. You're looking out into nowhere. You look down, and it's a long way down. I mean, how far down? It is like, hello. It is very, very far down. Adults do not think that this is far down. Adults do not have any concept of that you know fear at this point in time. Okay? At this point in time, you are roughly a foot long. The average adult is about 6 foot. Okay? You are 6 times your height from the ground looking down not knowing what is holding you up very good. I mean, you don't have really any concept. You feel like you're standing on the edge of a cliff looking down. To make this more compatible for adults to understand, all you have to do is take 6 times the average adult height, 36 feet. How many people do you know that would stand on the edge of a cliff at 36 feet and look straight down? It would scare the hell out of them. They don't do it. They know better. But they'll do this to a little kid. They have no idea that this little kid knows fear. They forgot. So at this point in time, being that you are really scared, the next step for all little kids to do is simple. That's right, I wet my pants. Good. I mean, I sprinkled the whole front lawn. Being a little boy, I don't pee out the bottom, I pee out the front. All little boys pee out the front. And this is the wrong thing to do to your mother. Because immediately when mother gets wet, the first thing she does is she slings you out in front of her. I mean, it is... And you are dangling at the end of mother's arms. You are dangling by 2 of the smallest wrists you've ever seen in your entire life, other than your own. This scares you very much. You think that you are about to eat a wall. You think you are done, dead meat, gone, over, finished, out. You are waiting for... against the wall. You know it is coming. You are sure it is coming. This scares you even more. You are looking down into the Grand Canyon going, hello! Hello! And you figure you're dead. You figure it's all over. So what do? The next thing that all little kids do. You fill in, babies. You do a good job of it, too. I mean, you got chocolate racing stripes running down your legs. If you were out in the sun, you'd have tan lines. And this is immediately followed by mother praying. Oh my God. And at this point in time, you don't know it. Because 99% of the time, you are not looking in the right direction. There's a response to this. And the response is, yes. You think God just come after you. But it's not. What it is his dad coming to the rescue of Mom. He hears her in the other room praying, and he wants to know what's going on. He runs into the room, and immediately, what's he do? And this really scares you even worse. Jesus! You think he's begging for Jesus to come help God, take you away like Mom wanted in the first place. You don't have any idea. And at that point in time, you are even more concerned because Dad starts making the sign of the cross. He misses his forehead, he misses his chest, and he doesn't hit his shoulders very good, but he goes from side to side. Underneath his nose. Underneath his nose he's doing this. He's not good at it, but he's trying to help Mom as best he can get rid of you and send you to God. It takes you a long time to figure out that this is not the case. But they've scared you enough that it takes you a long time to just get back into the swing of things. They wonder why kids don't talk until they're like 1. You know, I mean, what would you expect a kid to say? All kids normally say until the time that they're roughly 1 or so is, they're still nervous from the ordeal you put them through in the first place. Do not do this to your children. Do not devastate them. Do not scare them. They do not like to belch, barf, pee, and poop their pants out of fear. It's not normal. And all that you have to do to prevent from doing this to your little kids is just think a little bit. I mean, you got to be thinking. I mean, it's like Mom holding you out in front of them. With those 2 little wrists that she's got holding you out there, it's like an adult being tied between 2 telephone poles 35 feet in the air by a string of rope. I mean, it's not a good feeling. It's just a little lack of thought. So if you adults just think about this a little bit when you're taking care of your kids and you're bringing them up and feeding them and all this kind of thing, save them the devastation, save them the fear, save them the trauma. Maybe they won't have to go to a shock unit. You know, it's hard to say. You might not have to take it to the hospital as often, you know. And if you're religious, as much as most religious people won't like this, do not pray in front of your kids. It scares the living tar out of them. Scares it out of them. It really does. So from now on, in order to stop from doing this to any little kids, all you have to do is think childish. Yeah, do that. Think childish. It'll improve your thoughts. It'll improve your mood. It'll improve your relationships with your kids. They'll love you better. You'll love them better, and everything will go along much, much better. Thanks for listening. Have a good night. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.